Hey, what's up guys? John here. Yesterday, the Supreme Court voted against the mandate for 84 million workers in America. 84 million workers. But they did in fact vote for the mandate for 10.3 million healthcare workers. We are stepping into a whole new economy because this is not over. This is only the beginning. What we are going to see over the next 6 months, the next 12 months, we're going to look back on this America that we are in right now and not recognize it. The changes, the mandates, the control levels, everything that's happening all over the world is going to be coming to America. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through step by step what we are going to be looking at. This is going to be something we all need to prepare for. And unfortunately, no matter how much we prepare, I don't think it will be enough. So please smash that like button. When you hit the like button, YouTube is going to share this video and educate more people, wake up more people as to what's really going on so people can prepare financially for this collapse. Please smash the like button. Let's begin. To put things in a context of how bad things would have went yesterday had they stepped forward with that mandate, they say 62.7% of the overall workforce, the overall economy, is considered fully. So 62.7%. We look at this figure, we divide it by the total 84 million Americans, right? That figure then gives us 37.3% of the uncompliant of the 84 million, gives us 31,332,000. Of that, 67% of those people say that they would leave their job before complying. So 67% of that figure is roughly 21 million Americans, plus the unemployment rate of 6.3 million, gives us a total figure of roughly 27.3 million. Divided by the current workforce in America, it gives us an unemployment rate of roughly 17%. Roughly 17% of people leaving their jobs, and this is not including the Great Resignation. All the people, roughly 3% of the workforce is leaving their jobs every single month. We look at what the numbers are during 1933, the Great Depression. It was 24.9%, roughly 25%. In 2009, it was 9.5%. So we were stepping into a nightmare scenario yesterday. But when I'm looking at this data and gathering this information, it looks like we're going to continue down this road, except unfortunately, rather than the unemployment rate being 17%, it's going to be 37%, and here's why. I study the economy every day. I'm looking at all of the different countries that have a real impact on America, our trade, the real estate market, stock market, crypto. I'm looking at all the numbers. But one number I'm looking at most importantly is the one that Biden has for all of us, and what this is going to do to the economy and to our ability to work and generate income. And when I say our ability, because we're all one in this country, and when we're all being pushed to a corner and we're told that you have to do this or this happens, or you don't do this or that happens, what does this mean? It means that this country is taking a big change. But this change is not as simple, if you step forward, then it's over. And this is why, we're looking at this article right here. It says, whether we need yearly remains an open question, yearly, right? And so what would that mean for a healthcare worker? Would that mean that the healthcare worker would need to step forward yearly to maintain employment? That's what it would sound like to me. And right here, this is CNBC. They said this is going to be available in March. This is the Wall Street Journal. It's saying that it might not be needed. If you can read between the lines, you know what that means. This came out and he's saying that only 30% are considered fully. Then you scroll down here, so they made the comment on MSNBC, asked by a reporter whether the definition is going to change. And he said, it very well might. It's almost a semantic situation I wanted people to understand, and my colleagues, for optimal protection. What does that mean? Well, we're still following it. Does this also mean boosted for a growing number of companies? Yes, it does. Then we look at Israel, right? Israel is on the number 4. Turkey is on number 5, right? And so if that's all going to be stepping here, the big trillion-dollar question is, are we going to see a situation where that's going to change And it's going to be harder and harder and harder for people to, and professionals, to maintain their careers, their positions, their houses, their stock portfolios, everything that they have, because they're going to be pushed to a corner that is dark and unknown. And with unknown comes fear and panic, and with panic comes desperate selling off of assets. Joe Biden's mandate impacting 10.3 million healthcare workers was approved by the Supreme Court, and this is what this is going to look like. This is going to impact 76,000 healthcare facilities, including hospitals and nursing homes that accept money from Medicare and Medicaid government health insurance programs for the elderly, disabled, and low-income Americans. And according to Forbes, roughly a third of healthcare workers, so doctors, surgeons, nurses, they're not compliant. So you're talking about 3.43 million Americans that are not compliant. And a good chunk of those, I bet, will leave their job. And what will happen? Who's going to fill those positions? Well, Joe Biden has the answer. And the answer is he's going to bring in the military. So the next time you go to the hospital and you're laying down in that bed, you may look up to see one or two people dressed in camo with an N95 mask on looking at you, and that might not be the best place to be. It might be a pretty scary place to be. It's unknown. The president, good morning everyone. I want to begin by thanking the Secretary of Defense and our FEMA director for joining me today. We were joking earlier. No, I wasn't really joking. We need something done. Call the military. We'll get FEMA. We'll make sure it gets done. What I believe is going to happen next is we're going to see more and more mandates. And these mandates are going to impact people's ability to remain employed. We have JP Morgan coming out saying, hey, we're just not going to pay you. We're not going to pay you. And Citigroup came out and said, January 31st, take a hike. So a lot of people are going to lose their careers this month. And Blackstone, if you have an opportunity to work at a company like Blackstone, one of the largest alternative asset managers, I mean, they just purchased a company for $6 billion that owns 17,000 houses. They're the original founder of Invitation Homes. They have so much capital, roughly $500 billion in assets. So much opportunity could be found at that firm if you have the opportunity to work there. And there's going to be so many people that have worked there for years that simply don't want to do that. And they have to ask themselves, am I going to step away from this career or am I going to do this? But this is not going to be a one and done. This is going to be across thousands of people inside of just that company are probably going to have to ask themselves that question. And when you consider Citigroup and Microsoft and Bank of America and all these large companies, you're talking tens of millions of people every single time that this changes, the definition potentially changes, could lose their job. This is what I'm talking about right here. In Italy, for example, they're requiring this for 50 and older, right? But you're going to need it just to go to the banks and the post offices, right? To the banks and the post offices. In Nigeria, they're banning you from banks. This is Bloomberg. So if you have a check that you want to deposit and that check is bigger than the allowable deposit on your mobile app, how do you get that money into the bank? Do you mail it in? I don't know. And they're going on even this Bitcoin.com that they're banning in multiple countries. Australian Premier says there's going to be a new economy, right? This new economy, and this is what I'm talking about. So we're pricing assets out and we're looking at things just from an economic standpoint. We're looking at how the old economy functioned. And that is no longer going to be our reality. We're stepping into this new normal. So everybody needs to, unfortunately, see things for how they are to make smart and educated decisions so that they can prosper and grow into the future. Please smash the like button and drop your comments below as to what you guys think about all of these new changes, and consider subscribing here for real, honest content that you can take to the bank. Also, consider subbing to my personal channel. I'll catch you guys in the next video.